It started like any other hectic morning in juvenile court. The judge, Honorable Richard Mallory, known for his strict, no-nonsense attitude, was presiding over a full docket of minors charged with everything from truancy to assault. The courtroom was buzzing as the next case was called, the State vs. Kendra James. Kendra, a 16-year-old black girl with tightly braided hair, worn sneakers, and a bruised cheek, was escorted into the courtroom by 2 officers. Her file painted her as aggressive, disrespectful, and non-compliant. The charge? Assaulting a teacher at her high school. She didn't look up. She didn't speak. She didn't cry. The judge leaned forward, irritated. "Young lady, when I address you, you will stand and answer." Kendra said nothing. One of the officers muttered, "She's been like this all morning, sir." Rude. Completely out of line. Judge Mallory frowned. "Bring her closer." Kendra was led to the stand. Still no eye contact. Still no words. Then something shocking happened. In a burst of impatience and frustration, Judge Mallory, already under scrutiny for his harsh treatment of juveniles, slammed his hand on the bench and barked, "You think this is a game?" Kendra flinched. "You're just like the others who come through here. No respect, no accountability. This is why your communities fall apart," he ranted. And then, in an act completely uncalled for, he left the bench, stepped down, and slapped a folder out of Kendra's hands. The room gasped. Though he hadn't touched her physically, the aggression was unmistakable. Seconds later, the doors of the courtroom opened. A tall, composed black man in full uniform strode in, medals shining, presence commanding. "Excuse me," he said, his voice like ice. "Did I just see you intimidate and harass a minor under your protection?" The judge blinked. "And you are?" "I'm General Marcus James," the man said, producing credentials. "Commanding Officer, U.S. Army Intelligence." "And Kendra's father?" The courtroom went dead silent. Judge Mallory stumbled over his words. "I had no idea." "Exactly. You didn't know. And yet you judged her. Abused your power. Let your prejudice guide your hand," General James said, stepping closer. "My daughter has PTSD. Her school knows it. She's in treatment." That so-called assault was a panic response after a male teacher grabbed her arm during a fire drill. The prosecutor was silent. So were the officers. "I taught my daughter not to speak when afraid, to stay still. To protect herself. But I didn't think she needed that lesson in a courtroom." Judge Mallory looked pale. The general turned to Kendra. "You okay, baby?" She finally looked up. Her voice was soft but clear, "Yes, sir." What followed was unprecedented. A motion was made to recuse the judge. The trial was postponed. Kendra's case was reviewed by another judge, and dismissed. But the fallout had only begun. Footage of the moment hit the news. Judge berates teen, doesn't know her dad's a general. Public outcry erupted. An investigation was launched into Judge Mallory's conduct, revealing multiple instances of racially biased decisions and disproportionate sentencing toward minority youths. Kendra's story went viral, not because of who her father was, but because her silence spoke louder than any testimony. She became a symbol of how many young people are mistreated, silenced, and mislabeled, until someone powerful pays attention. Judge Mallory later resigned under pressure. Kendra, with the support of her father and therapy, returned to school, not just as a survivor, but as a speaker for juvenile justice reform. Moral of the story: justice isn't about assumptions. Power doesn't excuse prejudice. And sometimes, the most silent in the room carry the loudest truth. You just have to listen.